Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Nishit Kumar with the evening news. The headlines. Parliamentarians bid farewell to outgoing President Ramnath Kovind in Central Hall. President urges political parties to rise above partisan politics in national interest and work for welfare of people. President Kovind to deliver farewell address to the nation tomorrow. Draupadi Murmu to take oath as 15th President of India on Monday. Central government offices in vicinity of Parliament House to remain partially closed for swearing-in ceremony. West Bengal Minister Partho Chatterjee sent to 2-day ED custody in SSC scam case. Election Commission asks Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde factions to submit documentary evidence to prove majority in Shiv Sena. National Broadcasting Day being observed today. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur lauds AIR and DD News for providing authentic news to the people. Tokyo Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra to be in action in men's javelin throw final at World Athletics Championships in Oregon tomorrow, and in cricket, India to face West Indies in second ODI at Port of Spain in the Caribbean tomorrow. Parliamentarians today bade a fond farewell to the outgoing President Ramnath Kovind in the Central Hall of Parliament. In his address at the function this evening, President Ramnath Kovind called upon political parties to rise above a partisan approach and think about the work needed to be done for the development and welfare of the people with the spirit of nation first.
हम सब संसद रूपी परिवार के सदस्य हैं, जिनकी सर्वोच्च प्राथमिकता है राष्ट्र रूपी विशाल संयुक्त परिवार के हित में निरंतर कार्य करते रहना। राजनीतिक प्रक्रियाएं राजनीतिक दलों के अपने तंत्रों के माध्यम से संचालित होती हैं, लेकिन पार्टियों को दलगत राजनीति से ऊपर उठना चाहिए और राष्ट्र सर्वोपरि की भावना से ये विचार करना चाहिए कि देशवासियों के विकास और कल्याण के लिए कौन कौन से कार्य आवश्यक हैं।
Mr. Kovind said citizens and political parties have many constitutional avenues open to them, including protests. He said the father of the nation also employed the weapon of satyagraha for that purpose, but he was equally concerned about the other side. He said the right to protest should be exercised always in Gandhian ways. President Kovind expressed his gratitude towards the parliamentarians, saying it would not have been possible for him to discharge his responsibilities without their support. He said during his tenure he tried to discharge his duties with full efficiency. He mentioned that all the former presidents of India were the source of inspiration to him.
5 साल पहले इसी सेंट्रल हॉल में मैंने राष्ट्रपति के पद की शपथ ली थी। सांसद होने के नाते आप सभी का इस लोकतंत्र के मंदिर में एक प्रतिष्ठित स्थान है और मेरे हृदय में भी आप सबके लिए एक विशेष स्थान है और सदैव बना रहेगा। आप सबके लिए ये विशेष गौरव की बात है कि आप सब भारत की जनता के निर्वाचित प्रतिनिधि हैं। भारत की जनता ने आप सबके माध्यम से मुझे राष्ट्रपति के रूप में चुनकर देश की सेवा करने का अवसर प्रदान किया। इसके लिए मैं देशवासियों का सदैव आभारी रहूंगा।
Speaking on the occasion, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla said during his 5-year tenure, President Kovind elevated the stature and dignity of the highest office.
भारत गणराज्य के राष्ट्रपति के रूप में 5 वर्ष के कार्यकाल के दौरान आपने इस सर्वोच्च पद की गरिमा और शालीनता को नव उत्कर्ष प्रदान किया है। इसके लिए हम सब हृदय से आपका आभार प्रकट करते हैं।
Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Union Ministers and Members of Parliament from both houses were present on the occasion. Yesterday, the Prime Minister hosted a farewell dinner for the outgoing President in New Delhi. Tomorrow, President Kovind will deliver his farewell address to the nation. The swearing-in ceremony of President-elect Draupadi Murmu will be held at Central Hall of Parliament on Monday. She will take oath as the 15th President of India. Ms. Murmu is the first tribal who will hold the country's top constitutional post. NDA's presidential candidate Draupadi Murmu won the elections, defeating opposition nominee Yashwant Sinha. In view of the swearing-in ceremony, Department of Personnel and Training has issued order directing partial closure of certain central government offices in the vicinity of the Parliament House. The construction work of the new Parliament building also needs to be kept on hold during the time of the ceremony. As per the order, a total of 30 offices and buildings are required to be vacated by 6 a.m. on Monday for carrying out an anti-sabotage check. This exercise will continue till the ceremony is over. The buildings that would be vacated early include South Block, North Block, Rail Bhavan, Krishi Bhavan, Shastri Bhavan, Sanchar Bhavan, Akashvani Bhavan, Sena Bhavan, Vayu Bhavan, Udyog Bhavan, Nirman Bhavan and PTI building, among others. These buildings would remain closed from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Monday.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah has called the elevation of Draupadi Murmu as the President of India a historic event in the 75 years of democracy. Mr. Shah said a person belonging to a tribal community and coming from a very backward region and occupying the country's top post is a big victory of democracy. The minister was addressing a gathering after inaugurating the EFIR portal of Gujarat Police at National Forensic Sciences University at Gandhinagar. Mr. Shah said, under the leadership of Narendra Modi, broad steps have been taken to strengthen the law and order in Gujarat in the last 1 decade. Mr. Shah inaugurated 4 modern services of Gujarat Police, including Trinetra, Command and Control Room, EFIR portal. Later, the Home Minister inaugurated various developmental works in his Lok Sabha constituency, Gandhinagar. He also inaugurated and laid the foundation stone for several developmental works in his native place, Mansa, in Gandhinagar. He inaugurated the newly built Akshay Patra midday meal kitchen for students under Pradhan Mantri Poshan Yojana. He also dedicated the modern public library to the people of Mansa. Mr. Shah, who is on a 2-day visit to Gujarat, will inaugurate and lay the foundation stone for various developmental works worth 210 crore rupees in Ahmedabad tomorrow. After 27 hours of interrogation, the Enforcement Directorate officials today arrested West Bengal Cabinet Minister and TMC leader Partho Chatterjee in connection with the School Service Commission recruitment scam. He was taken to ESI Hospital at Joka for medical examination immediately. After the medical examination, he was produced in Bankshal Court in Kolkata. The court sent him to 2-day ED custody. His close associate, Arpita Mukherjee, from whose residence over 21 crore rupees in cash was recovered, has been detained by the ED officers at her house. Cash in a closed envelope of the School Service Commission was also found in Arpita's flat. 8 more flats and documents of owning land have also been surfaced during the raid. Partha Chatterjee's personal assistant, Sukanta Acharya, has also been detained.
Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur today hit out at West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal over the issue of alleged involvement of their cabinet ministers in cases of corruption. Talking to media in New Delhi, Mr. Thakur said the arrest of West Bengal Minister Partho Chatterjee in the alleged School Service Commission recruitment scam and the recovery of 21 crore rupees in the matter reflect that it is a big scam. The Union Minister also accused Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and other AAP leaders who made tall claims before entering politics against corruption are involved in corruption. Mr. Thakur questioned Mr. Kejriwal why he is not asking their ministers Satyendra Jain and Manish Sisodia, who are facing charges of corruption, to tender their resignations.
केजरीवाल जी, गरीब आपदा के समय दिल्ली छोड़कर जा रहा था और आपकी सरकार उस समय भी शराब माफिया को धन कराने की बात कर रही थी और इन गंभीर भ्रष्टाचार के आरोपों पर जहां एक और एलजी साहब ने सीबीआई की जांच के लिए मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ होम अफेयर्स को लिखा है, आप उस पर बिल्कुल चुप रहे, मूक दर्शक बनकर रहे और इधर उधर की बात करते हैं। ये साफ दिखता है कि आपके नाक तले आपके लोगों ने मिलकर घोटाला किया है।
The Enforcement Directorate ED has issued a fresh summon to Congress President Sonia Gandhi to join the probe in the National Herald case on the 26th of July in place of the 25th of this month. Earlier, Mrs. Gandhi was summoned on the 25th of July. On Thursday, the ED had questioned Sonia Gandhi for over 2 hours in an alleged money laundering case related to National Herald newspaper. The case pertains to alleged financial irregularities in Young Indian Private Limited, which was promoted by the Congress Party and which owns National Herald newspaper. Her son and former Congress President Rahul Gandhi was quizzed for 5 days in this case earlier. Rahul and Sonia Gandhi are being probed under the provisions of Prevention of Money Laundering Act in this case.
Union Minister and senior BJP leader Smriti Irani today dismissed the allegation of Congress against her daughter, terming it malicious. Addressing media in New Delhi, Mrs. Irani said that her 18-year-old daughter is a first-year college student and does not run any bar. She said her daughter is targeted because of her mother's vocal stand on Congress chief Sonia Gandhi and party leader Rahul Gandhi. Mrs. Irani said her daughter's fault is that her mother Irani holds a press conference and questions them over the issue of corruption. Mrs. Irani also dared the Congress party to show the evidence of any wrongdoing by her. The Election Commission has asked both the Shiv Sena leaders Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde to submit documentary evidence to prove that they have the majority members in their group. The Commission has sent to Thackeray camp the letter written to the poll body by Eknath Shinde faction and Thackeray camp's letter to the Shinde faction. Both factions have to file their replies by the 8th of August.
The 17th episode of Abhyas program will be aired today. The topic for this episode is public administration. All India Radio News has got an overwhelming response for the show with questions received from across the country. Dr. Durgesh Nandini, Professor, Public Administration, School of Social Sciences at the Indira Gandhi National Open University, IGNOU, will be responding to the queries of the aspirants. This episode of Abhyas will be on air on 100.1 FM Gold at 9:30 p.m. today. You can access it on Twitter at AIR News Alerts or on AIR News official YouTube channel and also on News on AIR app.
You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Parliamentarians bid farewell to the outgoing President Ramnath Kovind in the Central Hall. President urges political parties to rise above partisan politics in national interest and work for the welfare of people. President Kovind to deliver farewell address to the nation tomorrow. Draupadi Murmu to take oath as the 15th President of India on Monday. Central government offices in vicinity of Parliament House to remain partially closed for the swearing-in ceremony. West Bengal Minister Partho Chatterjee sent to 2-day ED custody in the SSC scam case. Election Commission asks Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde factions to submit documentary evidence to prove majority in Shiv Sena. National Broadcasting Day being observed today. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur lauds AIR and DD News for providing authentic news to the people. Tokyo Olympics medalist Neeraj Chopra to be in action in men's javelin throw final at the World Athletic Championships in Oregon tomorrow. And in cricket, India to face West Indies in the second ODI at the Port of Spain in the Caribbean tomorrow. For quick news updates and round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 870-001-4242 पर।
870-001-4242।
Welcome back to the evening news. National Broadcasting Day is being observed today. On this day in 1927, the first ever radio broadcast in the country went on the air from the Bombay station under a private company, the Indian Broadcasting Company. On the 8th of June 1936, the Indian State Broadcasting Service became All India Radio. All India Radio has been serving to inform, educate and entertain the masses, truly living up to its motto, Bahujan Hitai, Bahujan Sukhai. On the occasion, Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur addressed a function at Akashvani Bhavan in New Delhi today. The minister sounded a cautious note to the media, saying that if somewhere a wrong perception is getting created about private media with utterances of media trials, then they need to introspect about their functioning.
आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट के चीफ जस्टिस रमन्ना जी
जी मैं एक जो बयान दिया कि कुछ मीडिया हाउस कैंगरू कोर्ट्स की तरह रन करते हैं, ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ा प्रश्न चिन्ह खड़ा करता है और कहीं न कहीं अंदर झांकने के लिए एक बार नेशनल ब्रॉडकास्टिंग डे पर लोगों को मजबूर भी करता है कि क्या समाचार चलाते हुए आप कहीं लक्ष्मण रेखा को लांघ तो नहीं जाते हैं? क्या मीडिया ट्रायल तो नहीं होता है? इस तरह का प्रश्न उन्होंने खड़ा किया है मीडिया के सामने। तो सूचना प्रसारण मंत्री होने के नाते मैं उनसे भी, मीडिया के मित्रों से भी कहना चाहता हूं, अगर ये धारणा कहीं बन रही तो हमें भी इस और कहीं न कहीं देखना चाहिए।
The minister lauded All India Radio News and DD News, saying that they are known for providing authentic news to the people. Citing Reuters' report wherein All India Radio has been voted as the most trusted electronic media organization in the country, Mr. Thakur said AIR has maintained its credibility over the years.
नागरिकों के लिए समाचार हो, सूचना हो, मनोरंजन, इसमें आकाशवाणी और दूरदर्शन ने लगातार एक महत्वपूर्ण रोल अदा किया। लेकिन बदलती टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ नई नई चुनौतियां भी खड़ी होती जा रही। क्या हम उन चुनौतियों को स्वीकार करके, टेक्नोलॉजी का उपयोग करके नए नए अपने प्रयास कर सकते हैं और नए भारत का नया दूरदर्शन, या आपने कहा है अब आपको इसको सिद्ध भी करना पड़ेगा।
The minister lauded the efforts of All India Radio for broadcasting the program Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav to highlight the contribution of the freedom fighters and unsung heroes. Speaking on the importance of radio as a platform, Mr. Anurag Thakur said many Prime Ministers have come, but none saw the value of radio as Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who made it a platform of choice for his monthly Mann Ki Baat to connect directly with the people of the country. Speaking on the occasion, Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting, Dr. L. Murugan, said radio played a crucial role during the freedom movement and continues to play a vital role in the development story of India. CEO of Prasar Bharati, Mayank Agrawal, said All India Radio and DD News have become the agents of social change.
एक स्टेशन से प्रारंभ हुआ और आज 501 प्रसारण केंद्रों का देश भर में जाल फैल गया है। इस 95 वर्षों के अंतराल में आकाशवाणी जन जन की वाणी बन चुका है। आकाशवाणी और दूरदर्शन आज महज सूचनाओं का माध्यम नहीं रह गया है, बल्कि जन जागरण और सामाजिक परिवर्तन के सूत्र बन चुके हैं। मुझे यह बात आज के दिन आप सभी से एक बार फिर साझा करते हुए प्रसन्नता हो रही है। आकाशवाणी और दूरदर्शन अपने समाचारों की विश्वसनीयता की कसौटी में प्राइवेट माध्यमों की तुलना में सबसे आगे रहे हैं।
Principal Director General of All India Radio News and Director General of All India Radio, N.V. Reddy, said All India Radio is reaching to people through its extensive network of 480 kendras and more than 600 transmitters.
विभिन्नता में एकता का प्रतीक आकाशवाणी है। 90 से ज्यादा भाषाओं में जन जन तक अपनी ही बोली में अपना कार्यक्रम पहुंचाने वाली एकमात्र प्रसारण संस्था आकाशवाणी है। तेजी से बदलते हुए मीडिया माहौल के अनुसार आकाशवाणी भी अपने आप बदल रही है। आज आकाशवाणी रेडियो प्लस है। इसका मतलब सिर्फ रेडियो ट्रांसमिशन से ही नहीं, बल्कि सारे सोशल मीडिया प्लेटफॉर्म्स पर ऑल इंडिया रेडियो का कार्यक्रम आज उपलब्ध है। दुनिया में किसी भी कोने में बैठ के अपने चुनिंदा स्टेशन का कार्यक्रम लाइव श्रोताएं सुन सकते हैं।
On the occasion, the Information and Broadcasting Minister launched the promos of Doordarshan's new serials Corporate Sarpanch, Beti Desh Ki, Jal Bharati, Surok Ka Eklavya and Ye Dil Mange More. He also launched promo of Startup Champions 2.
And now let's listen to a special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation.
India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
स्वराज्य हा माझा जन्मसिद्ध हक्क आहे आणि तो मी मिळवणारच.
23rd July is the birth anniversary of Keshav Gangadhar Tilak, popularly known as Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak. The Britishers called him the father of the Indian unrest. Mahatma Gandhi called him the maker of modern India. The famous quote that made him one of the first and strongest advocates of freedom was, "Swaraj is my birthright, and I shall have it."
Tilak was born in 1856 in Ratnagiri district of Maharashtra.
Tilak left the blueprint of the Home Rule movement, Swaraj and Swadeshi, which made him the first national leader who envisioned the formation of linguistic states. He was part of the popular triumvirate of Lal, Bal and Pal. The trio included Lala Lajpat Rai, Bipin Chandra Pal and Bal Gangadhar Tilak.
AIR News pays tribute to the great leader.
We also pay tribute to Chandrasekhar Azad, who was born in Bhavra village in present-day Alirajpur district of Madhya Pradesh. Chandrasekhar joined the freedom struggle in 1921 when he was just a school student. In December 1921, Mahatma Gandhi launched the non-cooperation movement.
Chandrasekhar took part in the movement and he was arrested by the British.
नाम क्या है तुम्हारा? मैंने पूछा नाम क्या है तुम्हारा?
आजाद।
बाप का क्या नाम है तुम्हारा?
स्वतंत्र।
कहाँ रहते हो तुम?
जेल में।
ले जाओ इसको मेरी आंखों के सामने से और पेंड्रा को रेव की सजा दी जाए।
भारत माता की जय। वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम.
He adopted the last name Azad, which means free in Urdu. Legend has it that while he adopted the name, he vowed the police would never capture him alive.
Azad joined the Hindustan Republican Association, HRA, a revolutionary organization formed by Ram Prasad Bismil. He was most famous for the Kakori rail dacoity in 1925 and the assassination of Assistant Superintendent of Police John Saunders in 1928.
On February the 23rd, 1931, police surrounded Azad and he was hit on his right thigh, making it difficult for him to escape. With one bullet in his pistol and surrounded by the police, he found himself outnumbered. He shot himself, keeping his pledge of never being captured alive. AIR News salutes the brave son of the soil.
Martyr Karam Singh. Born in 1888 in Hoshiarpur, Punjab, he participated in the movement of Akalis in Punjab.
Karam Singh was arrested in 1923, 1927 and again in 1941 for his revolutionary activities and was sentenced to 7 years of rigorous imprisonment. But Karam Singh escaped from Kapurthala jail. He was chased by the police and was killed in an encounter on the 23rd of July, 1943. AIR News salutes the brave martyr.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
As part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, All India Radio News brings its listeners a special quiz on India's freedom movement and its glorious history. The next question of Amrit Mahotsav quiz will be shared with the listeners on Monday, 25th of July.
अब हर घर की छत पर शान से फहरेगा तिरंगा, गुनगुनाए जाएंगे नव विकास के गीत, आन बान शान का प्रतीक राष्ट्रध्वज तिरंगा। आइए आजादी के अमृत महोत्सव के पावन अवसर पर इस स्वाधीनता दिवस हर घर फहराते हैं तिरंगा और लेते हैं भव्य और सशक्त भारत के निर्माण का संकल्प।
आइए हर घर फहराएं तिरंगा।
Tokyo Olympic gold medalist Neeraj Chopra will be aiming for his first ever World Athletic Championships medal when he takes the field for the men's javelin throw final at Oregon in the United States tomorrow. The event will begin at 7:05 a.m. Indian time. Neeraj has sealed his place for the final on his very first attempt after registering a throw of 88.39 meters in Group A. 83.50 was the qualifying mark required to cement a place in the final. Rohit Yadav is another Indian who cemented his place in the final after his finish at the 6th spot in the Group B qualifying round. However, India's Annu Rani finished 7th in the women's javelin throw final with a below par effort of 61.12 meters at the ongoing championships. Defending champion Kelsey Lee Barber of Australia won the gold with a best in world leading throw of 66.91 meters.
In cricket, India will take on the West Indies in the second ODI tomorrow at Queen's Park Oval in Port of Spain in the Caribbean. The match will begin at 7 p.m. Indian time. The visitors are leading 1-0 in the three-match series. The Indian men's hockey team has left for England for the 22nd edition of Commonwealth Games 2022. The mega event will be held in Birmingham from the 28th of July to the 8th of August. The Indian team will kick off their campaign against Ghana on the 31st of this month. Captain Manpreet Singh spoke about his team's excitement for the impending tournament ahead of their departure, saying they will be aiming for a podium finish at the Commonwealth Games.
Telangana Chief Minister Chandrasekhar Rao has instructed Chief Secretary Somesh Kumar to ask the district collectors to be on high alert as the state is likely to witness heavy rains over the next couple of days as per the India Meteorological Department. The Chief Secretary conducted a teleconference with senior officials and district collectors and apprised them of the heavy to very heavy rainfall threat across the state and need to be vigilant. And now let us take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. The national capital Delhi is expected to have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Jammu and Muzaffarabad will have thunderstorm with rain. Temperature in Jammu will hover between 23 and 32 degrees. In the south, Hyderabad will have generally cloudy sky with light rain. Bengaluru and Thiruvananthapuram are likely to have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder shower. Shillong, Itanagar and Gangtok are likely to have generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Parliamentarians bid farewell to outgoing President Ramnath Kovind in Central Hall. President urges political parties to rise above partisan politics in national interest and work for welfare of people. President Kovind to deliver farewell address to the nation tomorrow. Draupadi Murmu to take oath as 15th President of India on Monday. Central government offices in vicinity of Parliament House to remain partially closed for swearing-in ceremony. West Bengal Minister Partho Chatterjee sent to 2-day ED custody in SSP scam case. Election Commission asked Uddhav Thackeray and Eknath Shinde factions to submit documentary evidence to prove majority in Shiv Sena. National Broadcasting Day being observed today. Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur lauds AIR and DD News for providing authentic news to the people. Tokyo Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra to be in action in men's javelin throw final at World Athletics Championships in Oregon tomorrow. And in cricket, India to face West Indies in second ODI at Port of Spain in the Caribbean tomorrow. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.
If you have devotion towards duty and your heart is full of passion, then Agnipath scheme is for you only.
Hi, this is Nikhil. It is a matter of pride to wear Indian Navy uniform as Agniveer. With the help of naval training, I will become a skilled professional. Military discipline, physical fitness will give me the confidence to face any challenge. I will get a good financial package at a young age through which I can support my family. By opting to continue in the regular cadre of the Navy after 4 years, I will serve the nation. By becoming an integral part of the Indian Navy, I will become an Agniveer, young, dynamic, motivated, fit and skilled.
Indian Navy, an ocean of opportunities. For details, visit joinindiannavy.gov.in.